Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, July 19th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 542 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Unvaccinated Americans are the least worried about the Delta variant, poll finds. Nigeria's security crisis, 5 different threats. Germany defends preparation for floods, considers lessons. COVID is back and so are death panels, but this time they're real and live on Fox News. Breivik survivors keep fighting for their vision of Norway. Catholic bishops' effort to deny Biden communion risks alienating church members, a majority of whom support abortion rights. Carlos Ghosn, father and son sentenced for helping ex-Nissan boss escape. Democrats introduced a bill to rename more than 1,000 forests, lakes, and mountain peaks named with racist slurs or offensive language. COVID, is China's vaccine success waning in Asia? Number of infected Texas lawmakers who fled state rises to 5. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Kim Kardashian's new look for KKW Beauty could be new SKKN trademark, TMZ. Australia to deport right-wing British columnist Katie Hopkins after quarantine breach, CNN. England takes leap into the unknown, lifting COVID rules as cases surge, CNBC. U.S. stocks trending lower hours before Monday's opening bell, Fox Business. It's chilling what is happening, a right-wing backlash to Biden takes root in Republican states, The Guardian. Nintendo denies report that alt Switch will have higher profit margin, The Verge. American sentenced to prison for helping Carlos Ghosn flee Japan, CNN. Bill Ackman's Pershing Square drops deal to buy 10% of Universal Music, CNBC. More than 80% of the crew aboard a South Korean destroyer have tested positive for COVID-19, CNN. Multiple wounded after suspect opens fire on EMTs, firefighters responding to separate incidents, ABC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Abdul Latif Nasser released from Guantanamo after 19 years of detention without charge. John Oliver unveils the 20-foot penis he's been hiding for years. Surgeon General portends return of mask mandates amid COVID-19 surges. A 46-year-old Bruce Springsteen mystery over a single word is finally solved. Watch, smoking car flies off the highway and through power lines. GOP Rep Ron Johnson skewered in it for claiming insurrectionists were peaceful. Number of COVID-19 infected Texas lawmakers who fled state rises to 5. Rep Matt Gaetz wails about his free speech rights, then rips loser protesters. Former FDA chief predicts most unvaccinated Americans will get Delta variant. Top U.S. health officials issue additional warnings about COVID-19 misinformation. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Vet fights for his life after getting COVID-19. Baby injured in alleged assault by father dies. Man sentenced for 2018 fatal stabbing. Giant, 82-year-old oak tree falls during storm. Man injured when dragged by freight train. Charges dropped in attempted hanging. Oh, hospitality industry makes a slow comeback. 100+ people decontaminated after chemical leak. Man freed after being trapped in ditch 18 feet below ground. Rescue cat helps kids with eyesight problems. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. How climate change hit wine country. How COVID-19 has upended life in under-vaccinated Arkansas. Shooting outside Nationals ballpark in Washington halts game. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. New York mom yanked down subway stairs during attempted robbery, in critical condition. Liz Peek, calling Reagan 2.0, Biden, Dems radical policies wrong for U.S., here's how we get back on track. Indians homer twice off All-Star Bassett, beat Athletics 4-2. Harvey ends his 9-game skid, pitches Orioles past Royals 5-0. Resilient Suns, down 3-2 in finals, it's time to find out. Yankee Stadium fan banned from MLB parks for hitting Verdugo. Haiti's president pleaded with top officer during raid, come save my life. Graham says he would follow Texas Dems' lead on Senate spending package. Jeb Bush appeals to Biden to tear down Cuba cyberwall. Nicole Hannah-Jones claims opposition to 1619 project not about accurate rendering of history. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, July 19th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Fourth stimulus check, will there be another relief payment? The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Photographer carries Kennedy and rugby star Jack Clifford's star-studded wedding. Minister admits Boris didn't get it right over abortive bid to dodge self-isolation rules. All British children may get COVID vaccine by end of the year, but only vulnerable over 12s for now. The Great Unmasking, commuters ride the tubes without face coverings. Boyfriend surprises his high school sweetheart with sweet marriage proposal on her birthday. Women who spent $600 a year on LVL which left eyelashes dry in week hails amazing 89 serum. Lewis Hamilton receives racist abuse online after winning the British Grand Prix. Orchestra is banned from performing with Placido Domingo due to sexual harassment allegations. Facebook, Instagram and Twitter must do better to eliminate racial abuse, Ofcom chief says. Nightclubs throw open their doors as Freedom Day arrives. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. South Africa's riots are a warning to the world. Bus crashes in Pakistan, killing 33 people and injuring 40. Graft trial resumes for South Africa's jailed ex-president. Mixed feelings, Johnson in quarantine mar UK's Freedom Day. COVID-19 global updates, England marks Freedom Day as experts blast lifting of restrictions. A far-right British commentator boasted about breaking quarantine rules, Australia deported her. South African soccer team outbreak tests Tokyo Olympics COVID-safe strategy. China reports its first death of a human from rare monkey bee virus. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. FTSE 100 hits 2-month low and pound slides amid growth and COVID-19 worries, Business Live. Coronavirus Live News, Saudi Arabia to only allow vaccinated people to leave country, record new cases in Thailand. A softball veteran to a surfing champ, 10 U.S. athletes to watch at Tokyo 2020. Think, fight, feel, how video game artificial intelligence is evolving. The stream runs dry, why hasn't Netflix discovered any big directors? Katie Hopkins fined by NSW police and deported from Australia after visa cancelled. F1 condemns online racist abuse of Lewis Hamilton after British GP victory. Pegasus, the spyware technology that threatens democracy, video. Pegasus Project, spyware leak suggests lawyers and activists at risk across globe. Nepal's National Paddy Day, in pictures. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Olympic athlete tests positive in Tokyo days before a first game. American father, son get Japan prison terms for gun escape. Bangladesh lifts lockdown to celebrate, exasperating experts. Multiple wounded after suspect opens fire on first responders at separate incidents. Afghanistan recalls diplomats to protest Pakistan attack. Texas Democrats see walkout as the way out of party slump. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Pegasus, spyware sold to governments targets activists. Chris Wu, brands drop China star over teen sex allegations. COVID vaccination centers vandalized in France. Katie Hopkins to be deported from Australia over quarantine rules. Tokyo Olympics, plague of oysters threaten key venue. Kurt Westergaard, Danish cartoonist behind Mohammed cartoon, dies at 86. COVID, global healthcare workers missing out on jabs. Nigeria's security crisis, 5 different threats. COVID, is China's vaccine success waning in Asia? The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP Top Stories July 19th. On this day, July 19, 2011. Surgeon General warns Americans to mask up, British PM quarantining as UK restrictions lift, live COVID-19 updates. Wildfire explodes near Lake Tahoe, forcing hundreds to flee, critically dangerous fire weather expected through Monday. Several arrested at transgender rights protest outside Los Angeles spa, authorities say. Mackinac Bridge north of Detroit closes after report of bomb threat, officials say, reopens after 3 hours. Legendary Vermont pilot dies after falling from hot air balloon, passengers fly across state line. Oklahoma woman arrested after commenting on police's most wanted Facebook post about her, authorities say. AP Top Stories July 18th p. 4 die at Faster Horses Festival in Michigan, including 3 of suspected carbon monoxide poisoning. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Social Services Center opening to offer help to victims of South LA fireworks explosion. Massive sugar fire and 2 other blazes sweep Northern California, fed by dry, dusty conditions. Matt George, popular podcast host, killed in hit and run in LA. LA County now requires masks indoors, but will people follow the rules? OC Rep Katie Porter is number 5 in fundraising among all House members. Earthquake, magnitude 5.0 quake strikes near Fortuna, California. Man climbs atop Knott's Berry Farm Tower, drawing police to OC amusement park. California recall candidate lineup revealed, but generates less excitement than in 2003. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, July 19, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Julian Assange case, key witness admits he lied for immunity. Jamal Khashoggi's wife targeted with spyware before his death. England lifts COVID-19 restrictions on daily life even as variant cases spike, but British government on Monday lifted pandemic restrictions on daily life in England, scrapping all social distancing in a step slammed by scientists and opposition parties as a dangerous leap into the unknown. Canada has now eclipsed US in percentage of fully vaccinated residents. Viktor Orban accused of using Pegasus to spy on journalists and critics. Revealed, leak uncovers global abuse of cyber surveillance weapon. Toyota cancels all Tokyo Olympics TV ads, CEO won't attend opening ceremony. Massive data leak reveals Israeli NSO group spyware used to target activists and journalists across the world. In Orban's Hungary, spyware was used to monitor journalists and others who might challenge the government. Former NSW labor ministers found guilty of mine license conspiracy. Pegasus infects iPhones and Android devices to enable operators to extract messages, photos and emails, record calls and secretly activate microphones. Olympic Games staffer from Uzbekistan accused of raping woman inside national stadium. Chinese UNESCO official defends plan to list Great Barrier Reef in danger. Uzbek man arrested over alleged rape at Tokyo Olympic Stadium. About 24 reports of mysterious health incidents on U.S. personnel in Vienna. The next headlines are from Forbes. After Sydney, Melbourne forced to extend lockdown as Australia continues to fight Delta variant outbreak. American father-son duo handed jail sentences in Japan for aiding ex-Nissan CEO's escape. Taiwo Awoniyi, could the Nigeria striker be an option for Liverpool? Del Monte Philippines' $874 million IPO gets the nod from securities regulator. Brazil's Formiga to make history by competing in 7th Olympic Games. WWE Money in the Bank 2021 results, Roman Reigns beats Edge in excellent main event. WWE Money in the Bank 2021 results, John Cena returns to confront Roman Reigns. WWE Money in the Bank 2021 results, winners, news and notes on July 18, 2021. Live events are back in Las Vegas. Bruno Mars, Garth Brooks, Dave Chappelle, Justin Bieber and UFC 264 all sell out on the same July weekend. WWE Money in the Bank 2021 results, Big E becomes first black winner amid Peacock streaming issues. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Broad SARP covers neutralization by a human monoclonal antibody. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,719,168,214 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. HBO's House of the Dragon stops UK shoot because of positive COVID-19 case. ITV Studios becomes latest distributor to withdraw from McCom TV market in Cannes exclusive. Calculus Fund invests in Gabrielle Tana, Troy alum and Andrew Mason's Brouhaha Entertainment. Korea box office, Black Widow resists new releases to stay as weekend leader. Rick and Morty comes of age and raises a little hell with 2 adventures in a Mordecai Grickfitty. Can documentary jury President Ezra Edelman on social media anxiety, legitimacy, and soccer racism. Tokyo Film Festival launches new talent competition with Amazon Prime Video. Kanye West premieres new songs at a listening session in Las Vegas. Bollywood star Vidya Jamal teams with Reliance T-Series to produce IP71. Tennis star Coco Gauff drops out of Tokyo Olympics after positive COVID test. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Outrage as a business model, how Ben Shapiro is using Facebook to build an empire. Biden is reviving an effort to change how the census asks about race and ethnicity. How to improve your summer workout. With a whir, not a roar, auto racing drive toward an electric future. Why steady, low condo fee should raise a flag, and other tips for owners and buyers. Britney Spears says she will not perform under her father's conservatorship. U.S. tennis star Coco Gauff tests positive for coronavirus and will miss Olympics. Pope Francis delivers first address since leaving hospital. 2 athletes have tested positive for COVID-19 inside the Olympic Village. Tadej Pogačar has won his second Tour de France in a row. The following headlines are from the week. John Oliver explains his love for the wholesome Danish children's TV show about a man with huge genitalia. Vaccination centers vandalized in France amid protests against COVID-19 measures. Eloquently nasty spyware from Israeli firm was reportedly used against dozens of journalists, politicians, activists. Assassination of Haiti's president shines a light on world of Colombian mercenaries. Doctor takes wedding flowers and turns them into bouquets for her patients. 41 candidates made the ballot for California's September recall election. Louisiana City removes statue of Confederate general donated in 1922. Tennis player Coco Gauff will miss Olympics after testing positive for COVID-19. At least 70 major fires are burning in the western United States. The next headlines are from Universe Today. New images of Mars from China's rover. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, July 19th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Hubble Space Telescope returns to normal operations. Ride along with Juno past Ganymede and Jupiter. SpaceX's Elon Musk to visit space, with Virgin Galactic. Northern Cross, backbone of Milky Way. Fogbows are rainbow's cousins. The next news is from Politico. After catastrophic floods, Merkel pledges focus on climate protection. George Floyd's murder transformed America. NATO's next mission, find a new boss. Macron heads to France's heartland to kickstart re-election drive. It's ceding a lot of terrain to us, Biden goes populist with little pushback. Pence flatlines as 2024 field takes shape. It's not a border crisis, it's a climate change crisis. Pollsters, impossible to say why 2020 polls were wrong. Haiti faces uncertain future as mourning First Lady returns. Spyware used to target journalists and activists around the world, reports indicate. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Blue set for talks on new Sylvanie deal. Australian News Live, NSW records 5th death as state records 98 new local COVID-19 cases, Victoria lockdown extended as state records 16 new cases. Rising starlets could become toast of Central Coast. Wall Street's China dreams rocked by Biden. Gus ticks all the boxes, why Hansen knows Gould is perfect fit for Bulldogs. White's return ignites race for number 9 as Lalicio earns shot at debut redemption. You aren't just given a boarding pass, Australian team to provide bang for buck. Dog shot, why Lachlan Lewis had a score to settle with Cody Walker. NRL warns players over wrist-strapping messages. Bank launches $1.5 billion share buyback. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Europe markets, European stocks slump as travel companies tumble on virus worries. Livability, 6 small cities where you can work less and earn more. Auto Trader, why automakers are closing this loophole in your car lease. NerdWallet, 3 more ways to fight inflation. Next Avenue, condo safety is often about the money, how to check out if a building is vulnerable to risks. I lost everything, but started over and bought a home. My new boyfriend is offering to pay off my mortgage, and split the proceeds. The moneyest, I earn $35K, have $20K in credit card debt, and $200K in stock. I dream of turning my studio into a rental unit and building a pool. Tesla unveils $199 a month full self-driving subscription plan, but there's a catch. My husband and I bought our late neighbor's foreclosed home. My stepdaughter moved in, then the problems began. Facebook refutes White House criticism over vaccine misinformation, decries finger-pointing. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. AI Inventions and Patents, IP News Center. Key Risks and Development Strategies for China's High-End Medica RMHP, Dove Medical Press. Marvel's Namer traded as undersea empire for Hollywood, Screen Rant. Harvard homework assignment led to creation of first computerized spreadsheet, 50+ advocate. Did you know about these well-known inventions created by women? Sepulpa Times. Purdue nabs 175 U.S. utility patents, The Republic. A robust patent strategy is a key for businesses investing in R&D, Gulf Today. The next headlines are from Quartz. Historic wildfires, Pegasus, Starkadec toilets. How the history of Zimbabwe played out on the country's cricket fields. India's most successful unicorns lack gender diversity at the top. It is like a jungle, I have seen it. For Afghan refugees in Delhi, home is a distant dream. Living with COVID-19, India needs to focus on indoor air quality to reopen safely. The Anthony Bourdain audio deepfake is forcing a debate about AI in journalism. At least 3 cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed in the Olympic Village. 4 ways in which Biden's new child tax credit will impact inequality. Buke Osaka identity, Africa's unicorns, COVID-19 travel in Africa. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Red Tide. Cruz Azul. Alex Verdugo. Stillwater. Coco Gauff. USA vs. Canada. Mackinac Bridge. Money in the Bank 2021. Matt Damon. Gigi Hadid model. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Russian legal rights pressure group Team 29 disbands citing fear of prosecution after authorities block website over foreign links. Washington Post's branding of Russians and Chinese as uncivilized betrays the latent xenophobia fueling America's new Cold War. F1 ace Hamilton receives racist abuse online after Verstappen horror crash and British GP win. China's crackdown on firms trading in U.S. could kill $2 trillion listings market. South Korean anti-piracy patrol in Gulf of Aden disrupted as 80% of warship crew test positive for COVID-19. Australia's state of Victoria to indefinitely extend its 5th lockdown despite drop in COVID-19 cases. Retired Aussie Army officer burned service medal in protest over government abandoning Afghan interpreters facing slaughter by Taliban. Taiwan gives green light to indigenous COVID-19 vaccine despite no final phase trial data. Greenland ditches oil exploration efforts after 50 years of failure. 2/3 of Japanese don't believe Olympics organizers can pull off safe games, poll shows after COVID-19 found among athletes. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. The index of everything, indexers are closing in on the holy grail of passive investment. Coal-based Bitcoin mining jumps in Kazakhstan amid China's ban. Greece's Mykonos bans music in bars to combat COVID spread. The ECB's new inflation plan is like the old plan, but worse. Transgender biological male cleared to compete in women's weightlifting in Tokyo Olympics. Havana syndrome strikes U.S. diplomats in Vienna. Rusi agate, Luke Harding's hard sell. Visualizing the best-selling car in America, every year since 1978. World's most bearish hedge funds go short tech. French face 6 months in jail for entering a bar or restaurant without a COVID pass. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Zuma corruption trial resumes after deadly South Africa unrest. Australia deports commentator Katie Hopkins over COVID breach. Lebanon, can youth bring about radical reform? Israeli police clear Al-Aqsa worshippers for Jewish visitors. Column, that time, Didi the sardine and the Olympic big fish. Pakistan urges Afghanistan to reconsider recall of diplomats. Danish prophet Mohammed cartoonist Kurt Westergaard dies, aged 86. In crisis hit Lebanon, celebrating Eid is for the happy few. Thai anti-government protesters clash with police. Foreign missions in Kabul issue joint call for Taliban ceasefire. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Rep Bond on American League Division Series shreds Democrat argument on voter ID, I had an ID at 13. GOP Rep Maliotakis slams communist sympathizer AOC, wants to bring socialism to America. Ron DeSantis, don't Fauci my Florida merchandise sales through the roof. American Booksellers Association protects Twitter account after censorship backlash. Pinkerton, what inflation does and what to do about it, from someone who lived through the great inflation of the 1970s. Ben Carson, critical race theory is about creating division and strife that allows control. Mark Levin, Joe Biden is a human pandemic. Exec at Aaron Lewis label defends hit song mocking liberals, his message is speaking to millions of people. Wash Post, centrist Biden trapped by pro-migration ideologues. National Border Patrol Council calls out Biden's border policies as inhumane. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Unsuspecting pedestrians trigger a dance party by standing on decal that says "Stand here for dance party, watch." More Americans now consider themselves to be thriving than at any point in 13 years, Gallup. Innkeepers' kindness to house people after storms is contagious, with everyone pitching in and sharing. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, July 19th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Get awarded for breastfeeding. Viral video shows Malaysian police destroying 1,069 Bitcoin mining rigs with a steamroller. Police destroy 1,069 Bitcoin miners with big-ass steamroller in Malaysia. Charges dismissed for Doberman accused of trying to hang his girlfriend. Animal control officers untangle owl, turtle stuck together in Virginia. Stuck sausage truck almost disrupts Tour de France. Florida man tries to throw live gator onto building's roof. Suspected candle thief in Florida injures dozens with bear spray during his escape, police say. Virginia to invest $700 million so every household have broadband in the state, Technokilo. Police call for cocaine users to be banned from football matches after Euros mayhem. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. What we know about new investigations into Pegasus, the spyware targeting journalists. Why 90% of machine learning models never hit the market. Scopio is a whole lot more than just a stock photography library, and it's just $30 with this deal. This collection can turn you into the boss leader you've always thought you could be. Why cannot we find the mysterious magnetic monopole? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, July 19th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Colin Morikawa wins British Open, UTC now ties for 15th place. Roosevelt man dies in climbing accident near Bridal Veil Falls in Provo Canyon. Maureen Dowd, slip sliding away from history. Tokyo Olympics, a guide to Utah's top medal contenders, how to watch, and a look at the game's newest sports. Explainer, will help with rent get to Utah tenants in time? Coalition blasts plans to divert Colorado River amid drought. Indigenous leaders call on Biden to enlarge Bears ears as 25-foot totem pole travels from Washington state to Washington, D.C. Catherine J. Mock and A.R. Siders, is your town threatened by flood or fire? Consider managed retreat. FBI arrests Arizona man who was dressed as Book of Mormon figure during insurrection at U.S. Capitol. Leonard Pitts, if ignorance were bliss, Tennessee would be the happiest place on earth. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Both Dogecoin creators are now criticizing cryptocurrencies. Investigation reveals widespread cell phone surveillance of the innocent. Blue Origin auction winner backs out, 18-year-old flies instead. Vinyl album sales jump 108% in first 6 months of 2021. Music streaming inquiry finds pitiful returns for performers. Will a new law help the Chinese government stockpile 0 days? The case against SQL. Boeing slows Dreamliner production after new manufacturing issue. Amazon's Elasticsearch fork OpenSearch reaches general availability 1.0 milestone. Tahoe's workforce is disappearing, as many can no longer afford to live there. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis County partners with barbershops, salons to raise vaccination rates. Mayor of Springfield, Missouri addresses COVID-19 surge on Face the Nation. Gringo Jones owner says he's not going anywhere, Shaw store will remain open. 9/11 survivor helps make flags for upcoming Labor Day display at Art Hill. Jennings senior citizen was trying to get food when struck by hit-and-run driver. Missouri Sheriff's Office launches homicide investigation in fatal shooting. Data leak reveals international hacker group targeted journalists, activists, political leaders with spyware. Harrison Bader's infield single lifts Cardinals past Giants 2-1. Cruz finishing final touches on Swee's $11.50 and dental clinic. Missouri's 7-day COVID case average has more than doubled since the start of July. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox. San Diego Padres, Nats recall harrowing scene after shots outside park. Person fatally hit by Amtrak train in Mission Hills. Pedestrian struck, killed by train in Oceanside. Oceanside woman meets half-sisters for first time after taking DNA test. Fire helicopter rescues 3 stuck on rock in Mission Trails Park. Padres fans voice security concerns of Petco Park after shooting scare in D.C. 7 San Diego County Jail inmates overdose on fentanyl, sheriffs. College pays tribute to victims of McDonald's massacre for 37th anniversary. Padres beat Nationals in game interrupted by shooting outside D.C. Stadium. Boy escapes mobile home fire that killed grandmother. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. intelligence calls new Russian fighter jet a screamer. Indian Navy formally inducts first 2 MH-60R Seahawk helicopters. U.S. Air Force demonstrates automatic takeoff and landing capability of its combat drones. Details of British's main battle tanks leaked online. U.S. Navy rescue helicopter crashes near Mount Hogue, California. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, July 19, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. How violent crime in Oakland's Chinatown impacts business. Richmond man fights for his life following hit-and-run collision. Search continues for 8th day to find missing Berkeley net. More than 100 animals headed to Bay Area shelters this week. East Bay women suspected of stealing more than $13,000 in jeans, merchandise. Crews contain brush fire in Sonoma County. Suspect reverses into SF police car during traffic stop, injures officer. Firefighters work to contain house fire in Concord. Crews respond to mobile home fire in Santa Cruz County. Man arrested in connection to hit-and-run collision with bicyclist in Millbrae. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Hungary, politicians demand inquiry into alleged spying. Global shares fall on virus fears, oil slips on OPEC deal. UNESCO chides Australia over Great Barrier Reef proposal. AP interview, U.S. firms in Hong Kong face risks, says Amjam. FC Cincinnati takes on Atlanta United FC after Brenner's 2-goal game. More scores 20 seconds in, U.S. beats Canada 1-0 in Gold Cup. With pandemic worsening in U.S., Surgeon General worried. He needed to be remembered, Elgin woman establishing ECC scholarship to honor husband. Bike races, Summerfest help Winfield celebrate 100th anniversary. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Felicia 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Guillermo 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone IN, FA, 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.346 million. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Sempeke 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 841. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in China. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, July 19th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. One dead after fight outside Houston nightclub, suspect charged with murder, police said. One of 5 Texas Democrats who tested positive for COVID shares their plan from D.C. Video shows 100 dolphins surprise boater less than a mile from Southern California beach. Golfer Colin Morikawa wins British Open, second major championship win in 2 years. 2 additional Texas House Democrats tests positive for COVID-19 in D.C. Video shows firefighter sledgehammer through wall to free dog who is likely trapped for 5 days. HPD needs your help. This man is believed to be connected to 3 armed robberies in the Houston area. 28 released from hospitals after chemical exposure at Spring Water Park. Rain chances increase as weak front moves south. Spanish Village restaurant in Houston's 3rd Ward closing after more than 50 years. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Norway's July 22, 2011, terror attack, a timeline. Israeli PM, no change to ban on Jewish prayer at mosque. Dangerous conditions complicate wildfire fight in western U.S. Asian shares fall on virus fears, oil falls after OPEC deal. Mixed feelings, a leader in quarantine mar UK Freedom Day. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. U.S. holds UNICEF monopoly for 74 years in a world body where money talks. From the field, Cameroon's displaced, get hooked on fish. Gearing up humanitarian assistance for Palestine refugees. Call for dignity, equality, justice and human rights rings out on Mandela Day. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. KKTM in Las Vegas captured in TikTok video. Yankee Stadium fan banned from MLB parks for hitting Verdugo with ball. With pandemic worsening in U.S., Surgeon General worried. Explainer, how Blue Origin's Jeff Bezos will soar into space. In Trump's January 6th recast, attackers become martyrs, heroes. First positive COVID tests for athletes in Olympic Village. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The cops killed with impunity, then came a perfect victim. Inside the Trump org Moneyman's interview with investigators. A new docu-series exposes America's epidemic of dirty cops. Heir to election audit freak show throne has army behind him. Inside the chaotic early days of The Daily Show. Biden battles the triple-headed monster on vaccines. Joe Biden confronts Red King of policy shitshows at the border. Michael Pollan does drugs, and you probably do too. Certified loser Donald Trump is rebranding MAGA as a full-on cult. Your perfect hot girl summer jeans are here, and from Everlane. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Mask is off for fugitive Dems, Divine. Man, 30, fatally shot on Brooklyn street corner. Teen charged in death of Vietnam vet was on parole for 2020 carjacking. Spyware linked to Khashoggi killing used to hack phones of journalists, activists, report. Man accused of killing his pregnant girlfriend and her unborn child. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. New Shepard rocket ready for Bezos flight. Forecasting the historic heat waves battering the U.S. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. The Ant People legend of the Hopi tribe and connections to the Anunnaki. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Danish cartoonist Kurt Westergaard, whose depictions of the Prophet Muhammad sparked a firestorm, dies age 86. Murder accessory suspect nabbed after commenting on Facebook post about her, seeking reward money. Top Virginia PTA official resigns over using phrase let them die and pushing back against opponents of critical race theory. Man sentenced to 30 years for beating wife to death on cruise is found dead in cell. Oregon heat wave devastates Christmas tree farms. Pope tells everyone to slow the hell down and turn off your cell phones. With a tax tweak, Democrats' infrastructure bill shows promise, says GOP Senator Portman. Police searching for car tied to shooting outside Nationals Park. Spyware targeted journalists and activists' phones, report. Supreme Court's Justice Breyer needs to make retirement decision, says Senator Amy Klobuchar. The following headlines are from military.com. Women's groups call for UN peacekeeping force in Afghanistan. Taliban say they want Afghan deal, even as they battle on. U.S. hits Iran for delay in nuclear and prisoner swap talks. Tunisia puts military on vaccination duty as cases soar. Sheriff, Florida man stole car, got into Coast Guard plane. South Korea to bring home sailors aboard virus hit destroyer. Militia officials, U.S. drone destroys militia truck in Syria. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Protesters gather at Buckingham Fountain to support Cuban fight against communism. People in Chicago rally in support of the Cuban people. 14 girls among 6 injured in South Austin mass shooting. 8-year-old boy shot in separate attack as 24 people struck by gunfire overnight in Chicago, 2 fatally. 4 dead, 2 injured in South suburban Hickory Hills car crash. Illinois athletes head to Tokyo for an unusual Olympics, but without their parents or support teams, this is their moment to. 8 wounded in city shooting since Saturday afternoon, police say. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Barrier Reef outlook poor despite coral recovery, scientists. Cyprus showcases ancient undersea harbor to draw tourists. Huge Oregon blaze grows as wildfires burn across western U.S. A bug's life, millimeter-tall mountains on neutron stars. 3 key habitat building corals face worrying future due to climate crisis. New alpine moth solves a 180-year-old mystery. Earth's richest man Bezos 2 blast off into space. How can you become a space tourist? Environmental concerns grow as space tourism lifts off. Who's Who on Blue Origin's first crewed flight. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, July 19th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. With no summit, South Korean president to skip Olympics. Mixed feelings, Johnson in quarantine mar UK's Freedom Day. Top Olympic sponsor Toyota pulls games-related TV ads. Kazmir, Kivlahan, Alvarez help US baseball win prep game. White Sox rebound against Astros in possible playoff preview. Defector no more, Choi a proud South Korean world champion. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Horoscopes July 19, 2021, Benedict Cumberbatch, plan your actions carefully. Bridge, July 19, 2021. Word Game, July 19, 2021. Ask Amy, how can I protect my boy from his mom's harsh judgments? Harriet Cole, I cannot tell what I know about her boyfriend, and I'm scared for her. Miss Manners, I'm tired of getting hair flung at me in public places. Dear Abby, why do people get snippy when I politely decline their help? Jill on Money, lightning round Q&A. San Jose VTA, relatives and co-workers remember victims killed in mass shooting, lash out at agency. The latest, most of S Korean warships' crew have coronavirus. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Arizona election audit will show Trump won, majority of Republicans believe, poll shows. More Texas Democrats who flew to Washington infected with COVID-19. Katie Hopkins, far-right commentator, deported by Australia after flouting quarantine rules. Vivek Murthy foresees mass comeback as Delta variant drives jump in cases. John Thompson, Minnesota Democrat denies domestic assault allegations, refuses to resign. Inside the Beltway, Republican governors to the rescue. Without a constitutional map, Americans will be lost. Larry Elder challenges California recall disqualification. Amy Klobuchar, Democrats may put election reform in infrastructure reconciliation. Pat beat Nats 10-4, complete game suspended after shooting. The next headlines are from The Intercept. as transphobes rally again at Los Angeles spa, police attack counter-protesters. What Amazon and Facebook get wrong about FTC Chair Lina Khan. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, July 19, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Discrimination and safety concerns barriers to accessing healthy food for food-insecure young adults. Preparing for the next pandemic, harmonize vaccinations in Canada. Bonding's next top model, projecting bond properties with machine learning. Why identical mutations cause different types of cancer. Oncotarget, cutaneous apocrine sweat gland carcinoma. COVID-19 antibodies persist at least 9 months after infection. Oncotarget, caspase 11 and AIM2 inflammasome involved in CLOPS and lung adenocarcinoma. Oncotarget, biomechanics in response to drug in hypoxia by atomic force spectroscopy. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man fatally shot on sidewalk in Westtown, police. Man shot to death in Austin, police. 61-year-old pedestrian critically hurt in Park Manor hit and run, police searching for black-colored Jeep. 3 hurt, 1 critically, in Woodlawn crash. Horoscope for Monday, July 19, 2021. 55 shot, 8 fatally, in Chicago since Friday night. Man killed in Greater Grand Crossing shooting, police. The Cheese Season 4, Episode 8 recap, Emmett gives Tiff an ultimatum, Kevin reconciles with Jake. Vanessa DiBernardo makes history in Red Stars 3-1 win over OL Reign. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Gov's excise collections on fuel jumps 88% to Rs 3.35 LCR. What Facebook has to say on US vaccine rose. Coronavirus letter, no sign of vaccine in breast milk. Samsung Galaxy A22, first impressions. Expert view, what to expect from India at the Olympics. What India's top athletes think about their Olympic chances. Hyundai Alcazar garners 11K bookings in 30 days. Czech beach volleyball player tests positive in Olympic Village. SC asks Kerala to file reply over relaxation of COVID norms for Eid. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, July 19, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Patrick's Texas Senate keeps cranking out bills that with no House to pass them will never get to the governor. This week in Houston food events, hop on the Houston Press Margarita Trail. Visit a different kind of Hawaii with a White Lotus comedy drama on HBO. Saved by a Song, Mary Gauthier dives deep into the healing power of music. Comicpalooza returns, with Mandalorians and Lokis galore. The next headlines are about world records making news. A softball veteran to a surfing champ, 10 U.S. athletes to watch at Tokyo 2020, The Guardian. Sorensen promoted to head coach of UNC women's cross country, chapelboro.com. 1,026 kilometers, Austrian ultracyclist sets new 24 hours world record, cycling tips. Japan sets new world record for fastest internet speed at 319 terabytes per second, report, latest lie. Lionel Messi breaks Cristiano Ronaldo's Instagram world record with 20 million liking Copa America Trophy S, the U.S. Sun. Albuquerque senior attempts to break Guinness World Record for her culture, UNM Daily Lobo. World record, what's the fastest women's freestyle swimming time for every distance, fan-sided. Jan Frodeno sets world record at Battle Royale, triathlete. Pandixie Fossil Park sets new Guinness World Record, Spectrum News. Another monster day of world records on Day 4 Vertical Blue 2021, deeperblue.com. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. UK celebrates COVID Freedom Day as Boris Johnson is forced to self-isolate. NSO Group spyware reportedly used in attempted and successful phone hacks of journalists and activists. Neutron stars have mountains that are less than a millimeter tall. You can no longer say I do on Zoom in New York. Mark Hamill discusses his role in Masters of the Universe, Revelations. The Walking Dead universe book cover revealed by AMC Networks. Space Jam, a new legacy takes box office's top spot this weekend. Shang-Chi actress Michelle Yeoh provides new details on her character. Google Maps provided users with a potentially fatal hiking trail on this mountain. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Adrar in Algeria at 121.82 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.9 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ago in -4 at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Google details its protein folding software, academics offer an alternative. Hackers got past Windows Hello by tricking a webcam. Collectors are as confused as you are about that $1.56 Super Mario 64 sale. Twitch streamers rake in millions with a shady crypto gambling boom. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Racist Republicans are trying to ban Martin Luther King from our schools, MSNBC host. Ex-evangelical explains why right-wing church membership is dropping as they get more political. Jim Inhofe brags about cash Biden gave him for highways, but still hates bill that would give Oklahoma billions. Death by DeSantis, Congresswoman attacks governor for making a mockery of Floridians dying in hospitals. CNN interview with right-wing LA County Sheriff gets weird after he doesn't appear to understand COVID data. Republican congressman says he'd vote to block election certification again in a heartbeat. How Israeli companies' spyware was used to hack phones of activists, journalists and officials around the world, report. Are we that stupid? Donald Trump Jr. veers off script with landslide election rant at youth rally. Trump's tantrum over British Open offers another window into his soullessness. South Carolina has the worst roads in the U.S. but Lindsey Graham says he won't support money to fix it. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The USDA wants to make farms climate-friendly. Will it work? Here's what climate scientists are really saying about this catastrophic summer. I cannot stop staring at this Iberian mosquito Torado. Canada is beating the United States at vaccination. Illinois becomes the first state to block cops from lying to kids. The pandemic is roaring back where vaccination rates are low. Corporate giants have been lobbying against their own emissions targets. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Exercise and brain repair, newsmedical.net. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, July 19, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Robert Hastings to appear on Coast to Coast AM with George Knapp. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, July 19, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.